ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking back hits. Subscribe.
Just put your mind to it, you can do anything!
Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Marvel Legends Bro Thor Build-A-Figure Waves Avengers Infinity War movies Heimdall. If you're trying to pick up this figure, you can do so at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
Heimdall, I keep trying to say Heimdall, I keep saying Heimdall by accident. Anyway, on the side you can see Heimdall right over here. Then on the back you can see Heimdall over there. There's a read-up over there. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. There's the other figures from the wave. Then we get Heimdall on this side. Then we get an Avengers Endgame logo on the very top, even though this is an Avengers Infinity War movie figure. Then there's nothing at the bottom, so let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Heimdall out of the packaging, not looking too bad at all. There's a lot of details going on with this piece that I really like a lot, so there are some very pleasing things going on here, but at the same time, don't you kind of wish he had his armor? I don't know. I like Heimdall. I wanted a Heimdall figure, but not just with this attire over here. We'll get into that more in a little bit, but first, let's take a closer look at his one accessory, and then we'll take a closer look at Heimdall. So we get the Build-A-Figure accessory, and we get the one accessory right here with Heimdall. We get his sword, or you could count the cape, I guess, but we're going to get into that a little bit more in a second. And I do think it looks good. It's the same one that came with the Thor, Groot, and Rocket 3-pack. So yeah, that looks really good with that bright silver paint. For a comparison, you can see we get more of a gunmetal gray on this one. And I say I do like this brighter silver more. It just looks a little cooler. Then here's looking at the cape, which we are going to look at separately just because there's a lot of cool details going on right here in this sculpt that I really appreciate. Nice detailed paint right there with the red on the back of the figure. So yeah, I love seeing that Hasbro's adding more paint to the back of their figures. And when you put it on the figure, you just plop it on like so, and it rests over his shoulders very nicely. So that's very cool. I dig that quite a bit. So I think this is a pretty good looking head sculpt, man. It looks like Idris Elba to me, so I'm pretty happy with it. I do prefer the original design of Heimdall though, where he has all the armor and, you know, the big old helmet and stuff like that. But I'm happy to see this too because we can have him posed with our Avengers Infinity War figures, so that, you know, that obviously makes me happy. But I think they did a really good job over here. Just have this little paint app thing going on in between his eyes. He had like this weird little black speck. I was trying to pick that off and it just made it a little bit worse. But the eye paint looks fantastic. I love that. Great detail there. And then the skin tone looks really good. I like how we have this very subtle wash right over it, it looks like, you know, or he's got some dirt going on, which is good. And you get some nice hair sculpted right there for the beard, and the hair looks really good. So I think they did a really good job with this. Pretty happy with it. Looking at the rest of the figure, it looks pretty good too, you know. The clothes look pretty good and everything. I love seeing the battle damage. I was like, whoa, what? Battle damage? Because, you know, the figure comes with the whole robe on and everything. So, yeah, after I took that off, I was like, whoa, battle damage and battle damage right there. You know, at the beginning of Infinity War, you see him kind of, you know, holding his belly where he got sliced. So that's pretty awesome to see. Even though I'm kind of like, wait, just here and there, and Heimdall goes down? That's it? Oh, come on, man, you're supposed to be better than that. But, nah, I'm sure there's another wound that we don't see in the movie. But looking at the strap right here, that looks pretty cool. He's got some pockets and, you know, his belt and everything. Some nice stitching, and these wraps on his arms look great. So that's pretty dope. Pants look pretty solid. Nice wrinkles sculpted in there. And we get this very soft fade from this darker brown from the tan brown right there, or lighter brown anyway. I think that looks fantastic. Love seeing that kind of paint detail on here. Color variation right here makes me happy to see, especially right there on the shins. Boots look well sculpted. He has peg holes at the bottom of his feet. Then here's looking at the back. And you see your Idris Elba butt. Now with this whole cape and robe on and everything, this is going to limit the articulation of the figure by quite a bit. So just getting into it without that attached to him, you can move the head up quite a bit. He has a little bit of that forward and back shifting like bow driver. You can move the head down. You get side-to-side motion and a bit of head wobbling right over there. Shoulders move outward that far and they move down. You could rotate a full 360. I really like how you could bring the arms in close to the figure. On this side I have extra plastic kind of covering that hinge, which actually kind of looks cool if they could actually make that work to get an extra thin sheet of plastic over that. You can't see it. You get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then both. Then the left wrist turns side to side and hinges up and down. The right wrist turns side to side, but it has a horizontal hinge. Then you get a diaphragm swivel right here. Some great diaphragm pivot. He'll crunch forward that much, back that far. No waist joint, but the hips move outward very far. He'll kick forward that much and back a tiny bit. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, ankles move down, and they move up. It's kind of shifty getting them moved up, but you you can get the ankles to move up, and he does have beautiful ankle pivot. Now to measure out this Heimdall figure, you can see that he is standing just a little under 7 inches tall. And then here's Heimdall next to Thor from the Infinity War 3-pack, and it's so cool that Heimdall went out of his way to make sure that Earth was okay sending the Hulk over there. You know what I mean? You gotta look at it from his perspective. You know what I mean? It's like a young Thor over here, and he's kind of falling in love with this planet that, you know, is kind of minuscule and obsolete compared to Asgard, but he's like, hey man, you know what? I believe in these people too. I'm gonna look out for you, and he made that final play, because without Heimdall, yeah, we would have totally been screwed. Okay, it's all fictional. It's all fictional. But I wish it was real. And then here's Heimdall next to the armored Thanos Build-A-Figure. And then to compare Heimdall next to another Asgardian, we have Lady Sif, who I actually always thought was Thor's best friend, right? I guess officially it's Heimdall, and he's the one who's got to take him out of the nasty places that he goes to with the battles and everything. But it's Lady Sif over here that's been with Thor throughout all the battles and all that stuff. And where has she been anyway, right? Like, I know the Warriors 3 are gone, but has she been on Earth? I haven't been able to keep up with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Someone let me know in the comments. Then here's Heimdall next to the other figures from this wave that I've already reviewed. We have the Mark II Iron Patriot, the Mark 85 Iron Man, Captain America, the Phasing Vision, and Valkyrie. And then here's Heimdall next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Badass Spider-Man. Hey Heimdall, I always wanted to go for a ride on the Bifrost. Can I go? Huh? Please, please, please? Woohoo! Oh my god, it's hot out here. Oh, this is awful. This place sucks. Heimdall, take me back. Take me back. Why did you send me there? That was not badass, Heimdall. That was not badass at all. Now, another thing worth mentioning is that the plastic that they used for the hands is a bit on the stiff side, so it's a little tricky getting him to hold his sword, but it obviously works out just fine. You can get both hands on there. And I think this is a very cool figure. And do I prefer the armored look of Heimdall? Yeah, I do, but I still think this is really cool. And the more time I've spent with the figure, posing it around, and, you know, posing it with other characters from Infinity War, I've had more and more fun with the figure. So I like this piece, and at the price point of around 20 to 25 bucks, I'm giving him a sud rating of...
It's not too bad.
And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you liked this video. Hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell if you have not already. And a big thanks to all these people over here that support this YouTube channel over on Patreon. I do have a Mafex Spider-Man giveaway going on over there that I will post today, so stay tuned for that. If you're interested, check the link in the description below. If you want to see the latest in Marvel news, be sure to check out marvelousnews.com, and don't forget to follow me over on the Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
We're shot.